LEGO puts out a lot of sets every year. Many of these are genius and creative builds, but others are far less desirable. I mean, we've gotten more than 7 different parrots since 2005 of, well, varying quality. So today, let's explore several examples of good versus bad design in LEGO sets. But first, a quick reminder to grab a poster or two for your room at SpitBrix.com before they're completely gone. For a limited time only, you can get 15% off by using code YouTube at checkout. Go to SpitBrix.com or click the link in the description. Alright, let's get into the video. Star Wars is one of LEGO's most successful themes, and in the last 20 plus years, we've been given some truly stunning builds to represent iconic movie moments. One of the most famous scenes is the epic lightsaber duel between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi, and LEGO's Emperor's Throne Room set, released back in 2023, absolutely knocked the ball out of the park and surpassed many fans' expectations. With 807 pieces and retailing for $100, this build is a perfect recreation of the scene depicted on the big screen and captures every look and feel in brick-built detail. The minifigures are also absolutely spot on, although this version of Darth Vader has since been re-released in the new TIE Bomber set. Beyond that though, the set design itself is absolutely perfect, with genius building techniques to create the instantly recognizable round viewing window and the design of the Emperor's throne. The throne room was launched under the ever-growing Star Wars diorama line, meaning that it's undoubtedly a display set, but LEGO is, after all, a toy first and foremost, and most of the sets that the company puts out are meant to be played with. On this end of the LEGO spectrum, we've got the duel on Starkiller Base, featuring the climactic battle between Rey and Kylo Ren at the end of Episode 7. This is also a great set. With a $20 price tag, this set is certainly smaller than the throne room, and we can't expect the same degree of detail, but what LEGO manages to pull off with the set's 191 pieces is impressive. This little build does a great job capturing the look and feel of the battle, while also having something that the larger set really doesn't have much of, which is playability. The most notable is just how the ground splits from beneath them, separating the two across a chasm of fire and molten rock. Plus, the trees can fall over, and also, this is the only set featuring this version of Kylo Ren with the tattered robes, so that's neat. However, not all Star Wars battle sets are as nice. On the other end of the spectrum, there's the Obi-Wan Kenobi vs. Darth Vader, based on the pivotal battle in the Kenobi TV show and released in 2022. On the surface, this set should be a fun battle set, but sadly, this set is a total letdown. In fact, some LEGO fans claim that this set is the most boring set ever to be released. I mean, just look at it. A giant gray slab with zero decoration doesn't exactly scream fun to me. But in fairness, the fight does take place on a barren gray field, but it still strikes me as a less than stellar setting for a LEGO build. It's literally just a buildable thick gray base plate. Yuck. This set is just lackluster compared to so many other amazing Star Wars sets at the same price and scale, so it's not really worth $50. In fact, this set currently has one of the lowest ratings on Brickset at barely 3 stars. Now, Star Wars is far from LEGO's only voyage into space. Ever since Classic Space launched in 1978, LEGO has released countless rockets, shuttles, starships, and UFOs, and some of these have been totally out of this world. One of my all-time favorite LEGO spaceships is Benny's Spaceship from the LEGO Movie. This set is fantastic. With 940 pieces, this set is in the sweet spot for a lot of builders, and it delivers in every way. First off, it is a perfect copy of the on-screen version from the movie and echoes so many classic space designs from older sets. Seriously, just take a look at it compared to the classic Galaxy Explorer from 1979 and you can easily see the resemblances. The same blue and gray color, the same yellow cockpit, and even the same general shape and size. This set captures what makes LEGO so great, taking something old and upgrading it to make it your own. But one of the great things about spaceships is that they don't always have to look the same. The Space Police line took a fresh take on what starships might look like and just how cops and criminals alike might use them, and one of the most original takes has got to be the lunar limo. Released in 2010 as part of the Space Police 3 theme, this 391-piece package sold for $40 and showed off the sweet ride of the evil Brick Daddy. The thing I love about the design of this set is how it is obviously both a spaceship and a limousine. This vehicle looks like it would be at home either cruising through a futuristic city street or flying some rich gangster to a new life on a distant world. There's no confusion about what this is or who's driving it, and this kind of mashup is really peak LEGO design. Also, I want to point out these two alien minifigures to this set. They're just incredible, Brick Daddy and Jawson. But for every amazing spaceship, there's one that just falls flat. LEGO has made a handful of terrible spaceships, but first, if you could help me reach 1 million subscribers by tapping that subscribe button, I would really appreciate the support. Now, while it's easy to point out sets like the comically bad Cosmic Wing or the absolutely hideous Alien Jet sets, these are very minuscule sets with only about 20 pieces, so it's not really a fair comparison. To get an idea of how badly LEGO can design a flying vehicle, we need to go bigger. The 2013 Swarm Inceptor received lukewarm reviews at best due to its simplicity and lack of excitement, but if we consider all flying vehicles, then take a look at the Jetcopter encounter from the Alien Conquest line, which came out in 2011 with 379 pieces, and sold for the same $40 as the Lunar Limo we just talked about. Unlike the Lunar Limo though, this set is far less coherent, and it seems like it's trying to do just too many things at once. The colors seem to be a nod to classic space, but despite this, the final build just feels basic and elementary. Honestly, the whole shape of this thing reminds me more of a LEGO Junior set than anything else. But don't worry, because we've landed safely on the ground for this next group of sets. LEGO has this weird obsession giving characters trikes. We've gotten several over the years, but one of the best is undeniably this one from the Joker's Trike Chase. It's pretty small, making up only half of the 440-piece set, but it just oozes with character. Even without the minifigure or the accompanying Batmobile, this thing is definitely the property of the clown Prince of Crime. The colors, the teeth, everything about it just screams Joker. But it's not just the design, it's also got some pretty nice play features, from the fully automatic Gatling gun to the teeth that chomp as it moves. This might just be the best three-wheeled vehicle LEGO has put out. On the other side of things though, there's the truly depressing Spider Trike vs. Electro set. Now, I get that there's not much that a set can do with only 70 pieces, but this set is just, for a lack of a better word, lazy. No real play features, a boring design, and nothing that we haven't seen many times before. However, there's one main thing that earns this build its spot on today's list: the wheels. A trike is a very specific term. It's a ground vehicle with 3 wheels. But if we look at the Spider Trike, it's pretty obvious where the problem lies. You don't need to be a genius or a scientist to realize that this thing actually has 4 wheels. Why did LEGO even call it a trike? I have no idea. So things like sci-fi battles and comic book vehicles are one thing, but what about when the LEGO set represents a real-life location? Surely these have to be accurate, right? Well, the LEGO architecture line has been going strong for about 15 years now, with no sign of slowing down, which in itself is pretty crazy. In that time, we've gotten several amazing recreations of real-world locations in a variety of scales, but not all of them are particularly great. Starting with the genius architecture sets though, the San Francisco skyline will instantly transport anyone straight to the bay with accurate renditions of some of the city's most famous landmarks. We've got the world-famous Golden Gate Bridge, the Transamerica Pyramid, and even the amazingly detailed miniature Alcatraz Island. Overall, this set makes brilliant use of its 565 pieces and justifies its $50 price tag. Another incredible example of a miniature landmark can be found in the recent Himeji Castle set. With nearly 2,200 pieces, this set is actually a pretty good deal for $160. While it's not the biggest or most detailed castle that LEGO has ever released, it is by far the most accurate. While most other castle sets are built to accommodate minifigures, this one was free to focus purely on design and display, and the results are breathtaking. Honestly, I'd love to see a whole series of real-world castles done in this scale in the future. Now, the very first architecture set released in 2008 was the Sears Tower, based on the tallest building in Chicago. The building itself is 110 floors tall and almost entirely black. But this set, with only 69 pieces, sold for a whopping $20. While that might not sound like much, it's nearly 30 cents a piece, about 3 times the normal average for a LEGO set. And the pieces aren't even large, unique, or interesting. Aside from a few gray plates and the white antenna, it's really just basic black bricks that everyone probably has floating around. Nonetheless, it is still a cool souvenir, as it is sold at the top of the tower if you go up there. In this same vein, we have the Burj Khalifa, released in 2011. You might think that the tallest building in the world would have an equally impressive LEGO set, but you'd be wrong. This set is 10 inches tall and might just be the single least varied build I've ever seen. Seriously, this thing has 112 of these 1x1 round bricks. That's more than half the parts in the entire set. Unlike the real tower, this set is boring and ugly, unfortunately, and that's not just my opinion, because it does have a rating of 3 stars, making it the lowest rated architecture set ever released. But there are even crazier sets than the Burj Khalifa. Click here right now to see the most ridiculously tedious LEGO sets, and tap that subscribe button for more LEGO videos.